I love a lot of things in life, but one of the things I love doing is making videos with little plastic animal toys, and I've been doing it for a long time. I made this YouTube channel back in middle school, but I've been making videos with these little things since elementary school. Maybe we'll look at that old stuff in another video. When my academic validation grew, more time was put towards school, so I didn't really have time to work on longer videos like I used to. A couple years later, I noticed that people were making LPS stuff on the silly clock app, so I started doing it too. I have some old compilations on here from when I first started doing it, and this is actually how I built my following on TikTok. I really enjoyed making stuff on there, and I still do. I enjoyed it because the short form of the content allowed me to do something I love, just on a smaller scale. I've had a few people ask me how I make my TikToks, so today I'm doing a tutorial of sorts. It's mostly just my personal process on how I make them. And before we get into my process, I want to flat out say the most important part of making anything LPS related: have fun. That's literally the most important part. A lot of the things I do are admittedly unnecessary. I just do them because I'm extra like that. I'm aware not everyone will have access to the resources or supplies that I do. You don't need all of that to make LPS content. Okay, I'm done yapping about this. Let's actually get to doing it. The first thing I do is find an audio. This is probably the easiest part in my opinion. I think it's why making LPS content on TikTok is a lot easier than YouTube. I found this cute one from a scene in Juno. First, I like to write out what's said, and then I add notes on what I want to film and what parts will cut to the next shot. I don't always do this, but sometimes I doodle a little thumbnail to see how I want the shot to look. After that, I select the LPS I'm going to use, which is probably one of my favorite parts. I'm not going to try and recreate the actual scene from the movie, so I'm just picking whichever little goobers speak to me the most. And now we head to the dungeon. I'm kidding. Now I go to my little studio space in the garage. This is where I keep my props, furniture, backgrounds, all that stuff. And this is when my favorite part begins: making the sets. Making the sets is by far my favorite part because I love working with miniatures. It can be frustrating and annoying at times working on this smaller scale, but I think that's why it feels so rewarding and satisfying in the end. I first lay out all my backgrounds, then I go through for larger props and furniture items, then I detail with all the smaller objects. After the sets are complete, I make my little goobers not naked, and I add their little kebab sticks to the back of their heads. I cut my kebab sticks in half. I think they're a bit easier to use that way, and they're less likely to topple over. And at this stage, I can start filming. I have a big overhead light, but I also have lamps for extra lighting. Filming is filming. It's the tedious part, I think. Sometimes, depending on the project, I'll just record it on my camera, but other times I'll just record it on TikTok. I basically just double check the script and do multiple takes if necessary. When filming is done, then I move on to the cleanup, which I always leave for the next day because I'm lazy. I don't really allow myself to post the final product until I'm done cleaning my mess. I think it's a weird reward thing for myself. I tend to get things done, but I get it done faster when there's a reward at the end, and in this case, it's a double reward because my studio space is clean for the next shenanigan and I get to post the silly thing I made. And don't worry, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, stay tuned for the results, or results are in part 2. Here's the final video.
I think I'm in love with you.
You mean as friends?
Oh, I mean for real. Because you're like the coolest person I've ever met, and you don't even have to try.
I try really hard, actually.
So yeah, all that work for like 12 seconds. Was it worth it? Probably not for all the responsible, serious people out there, but for me it certainly was. I genuinely really enjoy this. It's a lot of unnecessary work for something silly. I can't wait to make more LPS TikToks and actually film YouTube stuff in here. I hope some of you found this video helpful or interesting or funny because you're watching some loser make videos with little pet shops. Whatever the case, I hope you all have a lovely day or night and that you're happy, healthy, safe, and loved. That's all, folks.